In today's video, we will be covering multiple choice questions from the chapter Polynomials. The next one is number of zeros a quadratic polynomial has. The quadratic polynomial has a degree 2 and it has a maximum. It has a maximum of 2 zeros, right? It has a maximum of 2 zeros. The maximum number of zeros that a polynomial of a degree 3 has. It has 3 zeros, right? The polynomial of a degree 3 is nothing but your cubic polynomial. So the maximum number of zeros it has is a 3. Okay. The product and sum of zeros of a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c are the product of zeros is nothing but c by a and sum of zeros is nothing but minus b by a. The next one is we need to find the zeros of a polynomial 4x square minus 12x plus 9. Okay. So how do? We need to multiply the constant term and a coefficient of a x square, which is 36. Yes. Now we need to find all the factors of 36. Yes. 2, which is 2 into 18. Yes. 3 into 12. 4 into 9 and 6 into 6. Okay. So if you multiply these both factors, you need to get 36, and if you add them, you need to get minus 12. Yes. So I will take the combination minus 6 into minus 6. Okay. I will take this combination with little modification of minus 6 and minus 6. Okay. So by splitting the middle term, which is 4x square minus 6x plus 9. From first two terms, I'll take 2x common, which is 2x minus 3. From the next two terms, I'll take minus 3 common, which is 2x minus 3. Okay. So if you want to find the zeros of the polynomial, I will equate this to 0. So, which is 2x minus 3 common from these two terms, and the remaining is 2x minus 3 to 0. So, x is equals to 3 by 2 and x is equals to 3 by 2. So, the zeros are 3 by 2 and 3 by 2. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the given polynomial x square minus 5x plus x, then find the value of alpha plus beta minus 3 alpha beta. So from the given polynomial, find the values of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. They are, what is alpha plus beta? That is minus b by a. What is minus b by a? Which is plus 5. Right? And now what is alpha beta? Which is c by a. What is c by a? That is 6, right? Now find the value of alpha plus beta minus 3 alpha beta. We have got alpha plus beta and alpha beta, right? Now substitute the values here. What is alpha plus beta? That is 5 minus 3 of what is alpha beta? That is 6. So which is 5 minus 18? That is minus 13. Yes, minus 13 is your value. So the next question is, if 1 is the 0 of the quadratic polynomial x square plus kx minus 5, then find the value of k. So they have given that 1 is the 0 of this quadratic polynomial, right? So let us take alpha is equals to 1. Right, they have given 1 is the 0 of the quadratic polynomial. We need to find the value of k. So from this given quadratic polynomial, let us quickly find alpha plus beta. What is alpha plus beta? minus b by a. What is alpha? We have alpha is 1. Yes, alpha plus beta is equals to minus k. Correct? Now, let us find alpha beta as well. What is alpha beta? Alpha beta is c by a. We know that alpha is 1, right? So, 1 into beta is equals to c is minus 5. So, we have got beta value which is minus 5. So, we have got alpha is 1 and beta is minus 5. Now, let us substitute 1 plus beta is equals to minus k in this, right? Minus 4 is equals to minus k, minus minus cancel. So, what is the value of k here? Value of k is 4. Okay, clear? So, we need to find sum of the zeros and product of the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3. So, what is the sum of the zeros? That is alpha plus beta is equals to minus b by a. What is product of zeros? That is alpha beta is equals to c by a. Right? So, from this given polynomial p of x is equals to x square minus 3. Right? So, what is minus b by a? See, comparing this equation, a is equals to 1, b is equals to 0, c is equals to minus 3. Right? So, do we have any b? No, right? So, this is 0. From here, this is minus 3. Correct? So, what are the zeros here? That is 0, minus 3. The product of zeros of 2x square minus 3x plus c. What is the product of zeros? That is alpha beta is equals to c by a. What is c? 6 by 2 which is 3. 2 ones, 2 threes which is 3. Okay, the product of zeros is 3. The next one is the polynomial whose zeros are minus 5 and 4. So, we need to find the polynomial whose zeros are minus 5 and 4. So, this is alpha and this is beta. So, let us quickly find alpha plus beta and alpha beta. What is alpha plus beta? Minus 5 plus 4 which is minus 1. Minus 5 into 4 is minus 20. So, let us take a quadratic polynomial formula that is x square minus x of alpha plus beta plus alpha beta, right? That is k square of x square minus x of what is alpha plus beta? That is minus 1. I am writing it directly, that is minus 20. So, what is the polynomial did we get? X square minus of minus is plus x minus 20. Okay. So, this is the quadratic polynomial for the zeros minus 5 and 4. So, the next question is, if minus 1 is the 0 of the polynomial, then the other 0 is, then we need to find the other 0. So, if they have given 1 0 and we need to find the other 0, we need to always use product of zeros, alpha, beta. Okay. So, what is the polynomial that they have given? F of x is equals to x square minus 7x minus 8. Okay. So, what is the minus 1 is 1 0, right? So, we need to find the other 0, beta. So, alpha beta, the product of zeros alpha beta is equals to c by a. What is c? C is nothing but your minus 8 by a is 1. So, what is alpha they have given? Minus 1 into beta is equals to minus 8, right? Minus minus get cancels. So, beta is equals to 8. So, the other 0 beta is equals to 8 we have got. So, the next question is, if the product of zeros of this cubic polynomial is 4, then we need to find the value of a. Okay. So what is product of zeros of the cubic polynomial? That is alpha, beta, gamma. Right? What is alpha, beta, gamma? That is d by a. Right? What is d by a? From the given polynomial, what is d by a? D by a is minus of minus 6 by a. Correct? So, they have given that product of zeros is nothing but 4. 4 is equals to minus of minus is plus, right? 6 by a. So, if we want a value, I will just take a is equals to 6 by 4. That will be 3 by 2. Okay. So, a is equals to 3 by 2. So, the next one is if alpha, beta are the zeros of the given polynomial x square plus x plus 1, then we need to find 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So, from the given polynomial, let us quickly find alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So, what is alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Right? So, what is minus b by a, which is minus 1? Alpha beta is c by a, which is also 1. Right? Now, let us find 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. If you take an LCM for this, alpha beta, beta plus alpha. Okay. Now, let us substitute the values of alpha plus beta and alpha beta, which is minus 1 by 1, which is minus 1. Okay. The next one is if sum of zeros of the polynomial, the cubic polynomial is 6, then the value of k, we need to find the value of k. See, the sum of zeros is alpha plus beta. What is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is 6. From the given polynomial, what is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Right? What is minus b by a? Minus of minus 3 by 2. 3k by 2. Right? Which is 3k by 2. Correct? Now let us put it here. That is 3k by 2 is equals to 6. Which is 3k is equals to 12. K is equals to 12 by 3, which is k is equals to 4. Okay, clear? The next one is the product of zeros of this cubic polynomial. As it is a cubic polynomial, what is the product of zeros? Product of zeros is alpha, beta, gamma, which is minus d by a. Right? What is minus d by a? That is minus of minus 6 by 1, which is 6 only. Right? The next one is if root 5 and minus root 5 are the two zeros of the given polynomial, then we need to find the third zero. Okay? So, the two zeros they have given as root 5 and minus root 5. Okay? Let us take this as alpha and beta. If there are two zeros, what will be the equation? That will be x square minus 5. Correct? X square minus 5 will be the quadratic equation by using these two, alpha and beta. Now let us divide these both. Okay, now let us divide this and this polynomial and find out the third zero. That will be x square minus 5 and x cube plus 3x square minus 5x minus 15. That will be x square minus 5, right? If you just multiply it with x, that will be x cube minus 5x. Changing the signs, this will get cancelled and this will get cancelled. That will be 3x square minus 15. Again, I'll take x square minus 5. Again, I'll multiply it with 3. I will get 3x square minus 15. Here, I'll take it as plus 3. 3x square minus 15. Again changing the signs, both will get cancelled. Okay, so what is the other 0? The other 0 is x plus 3 is equals to 0. That will be x is equals to minus 3. Okay, the other 0 will be x is equals to minus 3. The next one is if alpha and beta are the zeros of the given polynomial, then we need to find the polynomial having 1 by alpha and 1 by beta as its zeros. Okay. So from the given polynomial, if we find alpha plus beta, what is alpha plus beta from the given polynomial, which is minus b by a? What is minus b by a? That is minus p, right? What is alpha beta? Alpha beta is c by a, which is q. Polynomial having 1 by alpha and 1 by beta as its zeros. Okay, what will be the sum of zeros? Sum of zeros will be 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta, right? If you take LCM, alpha plus beta, right? Now substitute these values, alpha plus beta and alpha beta here. That will be minus p by q. Yes. Now if you want to find product of zeros will be 1 by alpha into 1 by beta, which is 1 by alpha beta. Correct? So 1 by, what is alpha beta? Alpha beta is q, right? Which is 1 by q. Now we have got sum of zeros and product of zeros. Now we can easily find the polynomial, which is k of x square minus x of alpha plus beta is nothing but sum of zeros is nothing but your minus p by q plus product of zeros is 1 by q. K of x square plus x of p by q plus 1 by q. Now if I take an LCM, that will be qx square plus px plus 1. Right? So this is the quadratic polynomial having 1 by alpha and 1 by beta as the zeros, that is qx square plus px plus 1. I'll take 1 by q common here so that you will easily understand. The next one is if alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the given polynomial, cubic polynomial, then we need to find the value of 1 by alpha, 1 by beta and 1 by gamma. Let me take 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta plus 1 by gamma. Let me take the LCM for this. That is alpha, beta, gamma. This will be beta gamma plus alpha gamma. This will be alpha beta. Right? So, if this is the quadratic, right? If this is the cubic polynomial, what is beta gamma plus alpha gamma plus alpha beta? That is your c by a, right? Divided by alpha beta gamma is minus d by a. A gets cancelled, which is minus c by d. Okay. The next one is if alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the cubic polynomial, then we need to find 1 by alpha beta plus 1 by beta gamma plus 1 by alpha gamma. This is also the same problem like earlier. We need to find the values of 1 by alpha beta plus 1 by beta gamma plus 1 by alpha gamma. Now let me take the LCM, that will be alpha beta gamma, which is alpha plus beta plus gamma. Right? So from the given from the given cubic polynomial, what is alpha plus beta plus gamma, which is minus b by a? What is the values? That is minus p. Minus of minus p is plus p, right? Then what is alpha, beta, gamma, which is minus d by a, right? That is minus of minus d is plus d, that is r. So, which is p by r. Okay. So, the next one is, if two zeros of cubic polynomial are root 5 and minus root 5, then its third zero is. Okay. So, I think we have done this kind of problem. So, if root 5 and minus root 5 are the two roots, we will get it as x square minus 5. So, if we divide x square minus 5 with x cube plus x square minus 5x minus 5, that is x square minus 5x, so that I can get x cube first term, that is x cube minus 5x. Okay. So, the first term is x, that is x cube minus 5x. Let me change the signs, this both will get cancelled. So, x square minus 5. Let me take x square minus 5 again. This is plus 1 into 1. This is x square minus 5. X square minus 5. So, if you change the signs, both will get cancelled. So, what is the q of x we have got? That is x plus 1. So, if you equate it to 0, which is x is equals to minus 1. Okay. The third 0 is minus 1. So, the next one is, if alpha and beta are the two zeros of the given quadratic polynomial, then we need to find 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square. So, we need to find 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square. So, if you take an LCM for this, what will that be? Alpha square, beta square, alpha square plus beta square. So, what is alpha square plus beta square? That is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta by, I can write it as alpha beta whole square. Correct? So, from the given quadratic polynomial, alpha plus beta is minus b by a whole square, right, minus alpha beta is c by a by alpha beta is c by a whole square, correct, which is b square by a square minus 2c by a by c square by a square. Okay. So, if you take the LCM, that will be b square minus 2ac by a square by c square by a square. So, a square will get cancelled. That will be b square minus 2ac by c square. Okay. This is the value for this, which is b square minus 2ac by c square. Okay.